What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. WrestleMania is just 2 weeks away now, and last night's Smackdown featured Sami Zayn confronts Jey Uso, and will have an appearance from Cody Rhodes. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of the Blue Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including, is WWE getting ready for the Viper's return? Is Wyatt vs Lashley still on? Is a top star working WrestleMania, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. As always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Showman Extraordinaire. Is Cody Rhodes Dusty Rhodes? Well, of course not, but Cody Rhodes has the gift of the gab. Like his father, Cody knows how to command an audience, and he did so last night when he tried to mediate the differences between frenemies Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Cody resonates with the fans, making them want to succeed rather than feel he's being pushed down their throats. Number 2, Rey Mysterio keeps it real. You have to give Rey Mysterio credit, as he bared his soul to his no-good son Dominic on Smackdown, admitting he'd missed events for his son, but he wasn't always there. Rey told Dominic he regrets what his son has become. The master of the 619 cleverly disguised his contempt for his son, telling him if any other pathetic, disrespectful, ungrateful punk-ass kid called him out like Dominic has, he'd gladly whoop their ass. Unfortunately, Dom is his son, and fighting him would disgrace him as a father. Rey said it's not worth fighting his son, even at WrestleMania. Dominic called Rey a scared little man as Rey turned his back on his wayward son. This segment finally revealed Rey's feelings towards his son, remorse, pity, and disgust. This is a great build, and once Rey finally makes that decision to face his son at WrestleMania, there's gonna be a huge pop. Number 3, LA Knight continues to delight. LA Knight continues to run his mouth and pay the price for it. While we don't want to see him dropping as many matches as he's been doing, he's definitely mastered the art of trash talking. The vignette where Knight mocked Xavier Woods and Madcap Moss for playing video games, a nice plug-in for 2K23, rather than working WrestleMania, was good. However, it paled in comparison to when Knight encountered Rey Mysterio backstage and offered to fight his goofy son at Mania, even offering to work as LA Mysterio and playing a deadbeat dad. Nobody in the WWE can play a jerk like Knight right now, and it's incredibly entertaining. Now the WWE just needs to have him show a knack for cheating his way to victory, a move that could help him get over even further as disgusted fans look for him to get his comeuppance in the ring. Number 4, Rhea nails it. The Nightmare cut a fantastic promo on Flair, explaining why she's going after her and not Bianca Belair, saying that she'll get to Belair down the road. Well, the reason? Well, every man and woman walk away from Ripley because they fear her, but not Charlotte. That pisses her off. Ripley promised to take Charlotte's title at WrestleMania and said Flair will fear her after she does. If Ripley can pull this off, she'll be the baddest woman on the planet, not Rousey. Number 5, a Pier 6 brawl. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte had a wild brawl, giving fans a chance to see a side of Charlotte they don't often see. While fans routinely see slugfests on Raw and SmackDown, fans saw a different side of Charlotte Flair. If Ripley thinks Flair is going to roll over for her, she's in for a surprise at WrestleMania. And a reunion that was a long time coming. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn finally reunited. While it was inevitable, the WWE did a good job taking the fans on for a fantastic voyage full of twists and turns to get them to the moment where the two sometimes friends, sometimes enemies, and always brothers finally reunited. While some critics might question why Cody Rhodes was in the back watching rather than helping Sami against the Usos, Cody likely felt the only way KO would reunite with Sami was by saving him. Well, that was the good. What about the bad? Is number 1, Flair fumbles. Charlotte Flair's promo was bad. Not bad in the sense she fumbled her words, but because it was a paint-by-numbers promo that sounded heavily scripted and was delivered with all the energy of someone who had just run an ultra-marathon. Number 2, mix and match tag teams. Last night's women's tag match was a reminder of how little the WWE cares about the women's undercard. Whether it's singles wrestlers or tag teams, last night's match seemed like the WWE pulled names out of a hat to throw teams together. Number 3, a predictable finish. As much as we know it will involve a triple threat between Gunther, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, the road to getting there has been a little predictable. Last night's match was no different, and it's puzzling why such a high-profile program has been booked quite badly. And Legado del Fantasma are faces? Legado del Fantasma had some excellent workers, as well as a fantastic manager who can wrestle, but when did they become babyfaces? Have we missed something? While the WWE explained Santos Escobar's face turn by showing his respect he's cultivated for Rey Mysterio, he should have done the same with his teammates. Even a brief promo backstage would have worked. That was nothing downright ugly, as last night's Smackdown was all about reuniting Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and the WWE seemed to invest much of its creative juice in doing so. Once again, Smackdown is running a distant second to Raw, not only hyping WrestleMania, but putting on an entertaining show that makes fans want to come back the next week. But what do you guys think of the blue brand this week? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at WWE readying the Viper's return. A top of today's news is a report that WWE may be getting things ready for Randy Orton's return to the ring. Orton's been out of commission since dropping the Raw Tag Team titles last May, could be back soon, at least according to a report from PW Insider's Mike Johnson. There's been some rumblings about Randy Orton internally within the last week or so, where there hadn't been any discussion about him internally in some time. The Viper has been recovering from back surgery over the last few months, but a recent photo suggests he's back in shape and could be ready for a comeback. While there were rumors Orton would feud with tag partner Matt Riddle, Riddle's recent wellness policy suspensions have kept him off TV, leading some fans to wonder if the WWE is going to go through with the feud. Next up, a rumors on WrestleMania Showcase tag match. It's time for an update on the two four-way matches WrestleVotes first reported yesterday concerning this year's Showcase of the Immortals. He tweeted, "I'm told 2 additional matches are coming to the WrestleMania card, both men's and women's 4-way tags. The men's lineup is currently scheduled as Street Profits vs Alpha Academy vs Viking Raiders vs Braun Strowman and Ricochet." Michael Cole confirmed on Smackdown that Mania will feature 2 Showcase tag matches, each featuring 4 teams from the men's and women's divisions. And we told you about the 4 teams rumored to be in the men's matches, and now WrestleVotes is reporting that, as of last creative discussion, the women's fatal 4-way at Mania will be Raquel and Liv versus Shayna and Ronda versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Carmella and Chelsea Green. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan defeated Emma and Tegan Nox on the 17th March Smackdown to advance to the match. There's no word on the WWE plans to book the other matches or which teams it will involve. So far, the WWE hasn't announced whether each match is for a future tag team title match or merely for bragging rights. Next up, a WWE star's huge transformation. While the WWE Universe is still waiting for Cameron Grimes to make his main roster debut, the former NXT superstar has been working hard to get himself into peak physical condition. A recent photo reveals Grimes has undergone quite the physical metamorphosis, looking downright buff. Grimes was last spotted working a dark match while WWE prepares a storyline for his debut. Don't be surprised to see him debut sometime after WrestleMania. Next up is Lashley vs Bray Wyatt still on? While the WWE is quickly filling out its card for WrestleMania, fans are still in the dark about one major match that seems to be in the works: Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt. The WWE has stopped hyping the match. Could it still happen? According to Wrestle News, the match may happen, but not as originally envisioned. Whatever is going on with Wyatt, it looks like he'll be back soon and he might resume his feud with Knight. In recent weeks, Knight has grumbled about his path to WrestleMania. Thus far, no match has been announced for him. A Knight vs Wyatt rematch seems possible, and it's also possible that it will be a 3-way with Lashley into the mix. Wrestling News pointed out that Wyatt Easter egg on Smackdown when Kyla Braxton attempted to interview LA Knight. Kyla Braxton tried to interview Knight and you could see Wyatt's logo in the background. Forward to Lashley vs Wyatt or a triple threat involving LA Knight. While Knight fans are hoping he'll show up at the SoFi Stadium, our next story suggests a better way to use him. So is he actually working WrestleMania? As Knight has pointed out, you can still have a WrestleMania in LA without LA Knight, but with reports of WWE booking fewer matches for the 2-night event, that could happen. Recently, someone tweeted WrestleVotes about whether Knight would appear on the card in any way, eliciting this response. In any way? Yes. You may recall the recent story that Stone Cold Steve Austin could appear at WrestleMania, possibly wrestling LA Knight. If so, this would be a big opportunity for Knight, whose star continues to rise. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.